The Book of Enoch and the Nephilim. Ever since its translation in 1800 from ancient texts discovered in Ethiopia in 1768, the Book of Enoch has created a stir in academic circles. Enoch has been proven to have existed and was mentioned before the existence of the Church. Several copies of it were discovered in 1948 among the Dead Sea Scrolls. Some even believe we can trace back stories that have great similarities to ancient Sumer. Parts of the Book of Enoch tell the story of the evil angels who kidnapped and paired with human women, resulting in the creation of a hybrid race known throughout the secular and biblical history as the Nephilim. The first parts of the book detail the interaction of the fallen angels with mankind. And Samjaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations not to abandon this plan but to do this thing. Then swear they all together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200, who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon, and they called it Mount Hermon, because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And this is how the Nephilim, aka giants, were created, as described in the book. And they became pregnant, and they bare great giants, whose height was 300 ells, who consumed all the acquisitions of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. And they began to sin against birds, and beasts, and reptiles, and fish, and to devour one another's flesh, and drink the blood. And in the introduction to the Book of Enoch we read that, Enoch is a just man, whose eyes were opened by God so that he saw a vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the sons of God showed to me, and from them I heard everything, and I knew what I saw, but these things that I saw will not come to pass for this generation, but for a generation that has yet to come. While it only covers the first 4 verses of Genesis 6, also refer to Genesis 3:15, 2 Peter 2-4-6, Jude 6:7, Enoch refers to this story in great detail. In fact, we are able to find a list with names of 18 prefect angels out of a total of 200 who committed the great sin. Interestingly, this ancient text also details how these fallen angels taught mankind how to make swords and knives, shields and breastplates, metallurgy and magic medicine, root cuttings, medicinal and hallucinogenic cues, incantations, astrology, the course of the moon, as well as how to deceive man, and Azazel taught men to make swords, and knives, and shields, and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them, and bracelets, and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all coloring tinctures. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Samjaza taught enchantments, and root cuttings, Amaros the resolving of enchantments, Barakajal taught astrology, Kokabal the constellations, Eskiel the knowledge of the clouds, Arakiel the signs of the earth, Shamsiel the signs of the sun, and Serel the course of the moon. And Source, by the time of Noah, earth was already corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence, all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Fearing the consequences, the fallen angels called upon Enoch to speak with God on their behalf. But God used Enoch to deliver a message of judgment against the fallen angels. God did not forgive them for teaching mankind the use of the arts of magic and form of war. This, however, is summarized in great detail by Pastor Chris Ward. According to the Book of Enoch, not a canonical text, God judged the angels for producing the Nephilim. God decreed that the fallen angels, watchers, were to be cast into Tartarus. The Nephilim were also judged, and it was determined that their bodies were to return to the earth in peace, but their souls were doomed to wander the earth forever, as wandering spirits and